Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. If you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. So we know by now that Hotel, he came to give his rebuttal and let people know that what you're reading, that was actually a court document, isn't true. Believe me, not the courts, except if it's saying something about Melody in terms of how she has been not doing things that are in the best interest of the children, right? Is that what we're supposed to believe? Man, get the heck up out of here. But listen, I meant to talk about this. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but I wanted to talk about how he has been saying that his five children, but wasn't there someone saying that there was a paternity question, whether the fourth child that Melody had was actually his? But I don't want to spend too much time on that because we already know that that's just a bunch of BS. But I really find it interesting, but not surprising, that he chose to do this while he claims, all five of his children. Now, he showed the fifth one on the video a little bit when he was doing the live, but he made sure that none of the other children were in focus. He was speaking to some of them, but he was not putting them on the video because, one, we know that it's been court ordered that he is not supposed to be doing that, right? But again, he was doing it to prove a point. He couldn't just get on his live while he was sitting in his bathroom on the toilet. Not that I want to see that. I don't think anyone does. But I'm just basically saying he could have went live while he was laying up in his bed, but he was strategic to do this while he had all five of his children because, again, he's trying to prove a point. Everything with him is about trying to prove a point and change the narrative.
Probably heard some of y'all haven't, but it's like I gotta start addressing certain things when it presents itself. You know, I haven't seen anything, I haven't heard too much, but I get phone calls about what's going on in social media in terms of me being abusive. Those allegations from 2022, even to present day. I like to be transparent about stuff. Have I ever abused my children? No.
He likes to be transparent about things. No, he likes to create the narrative about things. But being transparent is something that he definitely is not, because you have to be an honest person to be desirous of being transparent.
Have I ever spanked my kids? Yes. But I haven't spanked them in quite some time.
Why not, Martell?
I just hate that this narrative is going around and, bloggers picking things up and, certain people trying to destroy me. But it's not going to happen, though,
Listen, him saying that I have never used corporal punishment on the children, but I have spanked them before, but I haven't done that in a couple of years. So if you don't use corporal punishment, because listen, corporal punishment and just spanking a child, it's really not the same. If you see your child is in danger and is about to touch a hot stove and you use your hand to swat their hand away, that could be seen as a spank. You know what I mean? But that is to prevent them from harming themselves, injuring themselves more than a little slap on the wrist, which may sting a little bit. It may not feel good. They may not even like it, but it's for their good. But you getting upset with these little children and then you getting a belt and whipping their behind, or all the other stuff that some people thought was normal and necessary that they got as children growing up, it's not the same thing. So if the child needed a little quick spank, why haven't you done that in a couple of years? It's clearly because it's not just that Melody told the court through her attorneys that he has been abusive towards the children and using corporal punishment, and the children are afraid of him. A guardian ad litem is an advocate for the children and someone that is an intermediary between the two parents. So it gives the children, hopefully, a safe space that they can speak to let the courts know what really is going on, so it's not swayed in one parent's direction over another. Because it's easy, even if it's not true, and I'm not talking about in this situation, but it's easy in a co-parenting situation when someone's going through a divorce or a child custody or even a visitation sort of situation, that one parent may not like the other parent having the children as much as they do, so they could just say to the courts through their attorneys that, oh yeah, he's beating my child, and the court just take the word of it. No, they have a guardian ad litem that has been assigned, and they ask the children questions. So this is coming by way, I believe, every state is different. So I'm just saying, based on experiences when I used to be in the legal field years ago, the guardian ad litem is the one that's usually relaying that type of information. Yes, I'm not saying Melody hasn't. I'm quite sure she has. But for it to be ordered that none of them, not just him, but none of them can use those measures on the children, I believe it was because the children let the guardian ad litem know this, because it was alleged that he had done some things to the son, and he was not able to see the children for almost 2 months. They wouldn't just do that based on the word of Melody when they also do have a guardian ad litem in place. So I feel that I know that he's neglecting to mention that. And so for the people who are just going to listen to him or ride for him regardless, or they just don't like Melody and they feel like she's just trying her best to make him miserable so that he can't see his children, they're going to disregard that. But I definitely haven't. I don't care how he tried to get on there and make it seem like he's Father of the Year because he's got all of the children and they're out riding razors or whatever they were, and he's got the little youngest one in the razor with him and whatever, and calling his daughter sweetheart and, saying endearing terms for the children. Who cares? You said you're an actor, right? Like, that's what you said when Erica Mena commented on one of Carlos King's posts when it was a clip of him bringing Melody flowers in that last scene of the season finale of the last season of Love and Marriage Huntsville before the reunion aired. He was all mad and in his feelings and saying that he was told to do that. He was just doing what he was told to do. He was reading his lines. He was going over the script and he was acting because that's what he is. He's an actor. So you said you're an actor, right? So why don't we believe that you're just acting like you are a good father? Going on this live video, refuting the not just allegations, but the court records, okay? All while having all 5 of the children. It was to prove a point. Again, trying to control the narrative.
I'm not going to allow it to happen. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, it's court ordered that Melody and myself, we can't spank the children because of the first allegations. Wait, was this 2022? All the kids. So what, 2022, allegations came out, but this was at the end of COVID and things like that. And I'm just going to talk freely because I'm tired of all this stuff, talking about I'm being abusive and stuff like that. Go up there, sweetheart. In terms of me being abused, so I got to start addressing things. Again, have I ever abused my children? No. Have I ever abused anyone? No. Again. Hold on, I'll be up there in a minute, y'all. I might need to just get off this RZR and let them ride this thing. I'll get out in a moment. Y'all need to take a break. Yeah, the girls are sweet. Yeah, they out here riding these RZRs. You can't drive. You know how you women are. Y'all can't drive. Yes, I said that. What go, Mariah? Ask Mariah to turn it on for you. I don't know how to go. Go ask her. Hey, listen, real quick, y'all. Go up there, son. So listen, I hear that court documents out for 2022, some of that nature. It was allegations of child abuse, right? All the way to DHR being called and stuff like that from the kids' mom. It was allegations. So I need you guys to understand, when people file a motion, anybody can file a motion. So it's just allegations, okay? And every time I came out victorious on that. So again, I've never been abusive toward my children, never been abusive toward a woman. Guys, I got my children, okay? All 5 of them, 7 days on, 7 days off.
What did he just say? All 5 of them, not 4 and 1 questionable. Not 4 and 1 mama's baby, papa's, 5.
Good ass father. I'm tired of being discredited. I'm tired of people acting as if I'm not a great father. I've been a great father since day 1. I have 5 children I take great care of. So I'm telling you, when people go against good fathers, they should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm going to say it. There's not a lot of us out there.
And you're not one of them.
Certain women trying to handle us as a man. I see why that some men throw in a towel. I see the reason men throw that white towel in, like, you know what? Fuck it. I see why.
Did you hear what he just said? All while his youngest is sitting right next to him. And I guarantee you that little boy is probably cursing like a sailor at this point because of how he hears his mom and dad speak around him. He's sitting right there, and he just said, I see why some fathers are just like, F it, while his son is sitting right there.
I'm trying my best not to even get there, because I love my kids so fucking much. So fucking much. I do so much for them. You know what? When I do my 7 days, I don't fucking have babysitters. My kids be with me. Fucking 7 days. Do you get... I get up, wake my kids up at 6 o'clock, I do my girl's hair. Get them breakfast. I drive 25 minutes to get them to school every morning. I go eat lunch with them. I make sure they get to practice. Hold on, Lonnie. Stay up there. I make sure my kids get to practice that I signed them up for.
He's so disgusting, and I'm not even going to play any more of that. That to me is signs of someone who is really not a good parent and a great father that he proclaims to be. Because great fathers, they don't have to sit and make a laundry list and shell it off to everybody on a live video while he's neglecting his children and not paying attention to them as he should be, with them riding around on what I believe are these dangerous razors. And he's sitting there going live to prove a point to people that he doesn't know, shouldn't really care that much about, to be honest with you. And that's one thing that I will say about this show that is a huge turnoff about a number of the people that are on the cast. There are a lot of people that have opinions that they share about this show, but to be honest with you, this show isn't even in the top 10 of reality shows. I know they may feel like hot shit and feel like they are important, but they get upset with people that give their opinions about them based on what they see on the show and on social media because of what they showcase. And then they get mad when people don't either agree with them, don't like them, share things about them that are not favorable. I'm not saying that anyone should be lied on or defamed. That I'm not saying that, but you've got the mama of one of the cast members who consistently does videos where she's trashing content creators and even other people on the show that she doesn't like, or may say something that she doesn't agree with when it comes to her child, and her child is an adult. It's not like someone's talking about her little baby or a minor. And I'm not saying that it's warranted to do that either. I'm not. But this show really is as the ghetto turns. Him doing what he was doing, and then sitting there to have the audacity while he's sitting next to his youngest child to say, I see why a lot of dads are just like, F it. Just like, I throw in the white towel. I don't want to do this anymore. You can just have the kid and do it on your own, and I'll just pay child support. Now, we know he ain't trying to pay no child support. That's another story. That's why he keeps Ariane with just enough to suffice her, but won't give in to her demands, because he does not want her to put him on child support legally, where he has to pay, whether, you know, it's not even a choice. They're just deducting it. They're garnishing it. They're not giving you an opportunity to mail a check or a money order or deposit money into her bank account or get her some gift cards to McDonald's or Chipotle or whatever she eats. You don't have a choice in the matter. And he doesn't want that. This man is just utter garbage. And so for anyone to try to take up for him or to try to see his viewpoints, when his viewpoints are really just nothing but trying to change the narrative and saying, don't believe your lying eyes. It's just a court order. It's just emotion. I win every time. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. You know, it's just ridiculous. So to hear him sit and say the things that he was saying, all while saying he's a good effing father and he loves his kids so effing much, while he's sitting right next to his youngest child saying that. I beg to differ. And it also makes me feel like he's getting to a point where he is exhausted, because let's be clear. He was a glorified babysitter, and I don't even like saying that when it comes to parents, because you have had spouses, husbands, who are usually the ones that are used to doing the work, being out of the house, and the mom may either be a stay-at-home mom or a working mother that also takes care of the children in the home as well. And then if the mom has something to do or whatever the case is, the dad, the husband, will say, well, I'm babysitting my children. You're not babysitting your own children. You don't babysit your children. You take care of your children. But I say that to say that narrative that he had tried to push so much about Melody was always the one that was not really the caretaker while he was doing everything. Now, I will not say that he was doing everything. I do not believe that. But what I will say is, I believe he was a glorified babysitter, because I believe she was working more than he was. So there were times when she was really out there hustling and doing the things that she was doing, and he would be at home taking care of the kids, all while cheating on her at the same time. So he wasn't doing her any favors. But he's just gross. And so to hear him say the things that he was saying, all while using all of that profanity while he's sitting next to his child, I don't think anyone, and you all can let me know in the comment section, because I don't really watch a lot of Melody's content and her live videos and things like that, but I don't believe she's done anything like that where she has been around her kids and then she's just using a bunch of profanity. Doesn't strike me as the way she carries herself or operates. So you can let me know. But for him, I just believe it's par for the course. And so he couldn't wait. If he just was so itching to do a live, to respond and to share his, I don't even like saying that word, your truth, my truth, his truth, her truth. The truth is just the truth. So I'm not going to say to get on to share his truth, but to share his lies, that definitely is more appropriate about the situation. He just had to do it while he had all of the 5 children at that point in time. But ironically, as he's supposed to be taking care of the children, which he wasn't paying 100% attention to, he chose to ignore the mother of that child that he was using all of that profanity next to when she was telling him he needs to clear her daughter's name. And he refused. He didn't even say, I'll do it later, babe. Or I'll talk to the people later about that, or we'll go live together and discuss that. He just ignored her. Such as he has been doing pretty much all of the time that he has been attached to her. You're just an afterthought. He does not care. She is just so ridiculous, and she's hopeless. She's as hopeless as a penny with a hole in it. She will never get it, it doesn't look like. I never would say that I had hope for her, but I honestly was thinking that at least this point in time, after all of these years, that Melody has rid herself of him and given him back to the streets and say, go and play in some traffic. And she is the traffic that would be Ariane. And he still refuses to not only wife her up, but not even to say, yeah, we're dating. I'm courting her. I'm getting to know her better or anything like that. It's just like, no, she got responsibilities. We're good. So she cooks, cleans, probably sucks him off, screws him, and that's about it. What a wasted life. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.